It was a purely natural...
Well, this is pure voodoo, like witch doctors 5,000 years ago saying, give me the power or the devil god will eat the sun during an eclipse. I mean, they get on the news, they tell school children here, I know they do it in England, hey, you saw that thunderstorm? That's because your dad had a fire in the fireplace.
That's right. It's all this pathetic dumbness. I mean, if you look at Harvard University, 2,800 undergraduates have just voted to tell the university that it must take all of its $30 billion investments out of fossil fuel companies because they're destroying the planet. Of course, they're perfectly happy to do their studies by the light of the electricity generated by these fossil fuels, but no, they get on their high horse and they make these kind of pietistic statements. Now, these are the people who are supposed to be the future leaders of America, and it frankly makes me sick that they are as easily fooled and as scientifically ignorant as they are. The fact is, we now know they've got it wrong. Here, just very quickly, going back to 2008, when the world's leading climate modelers said that if there was 15 years or more without global warming, the models would be wrong. They would have exaggerated the problem. Well, hey, there's now been 16 years without global warming, so on their own criteria, the modelers have failed. And the entire basis for this scam in the computer models is now proven to be wrong by the failure of that.
But, sir, as you know, in closing, there are useful idiots at the lower level. This is their religion of feeling good and being control freaks. That's why they're really attracted to it, like moths to flame. At its heart, it's about shutting off the West industry because the globalists in all their admissions say that the wealth engine doesn't make us dependent on socialism. They want to shut it down to make us stand in line like poor Russians to get sausages and nylons.
And here's the answer to this, Alex. If you go on to scienceandpublicpolicy.org and download what we're calling the futility report. It's done by my colleague Chip Knappenberger, and he took my equations on how to work out how much it costs to make global warming go away and how little global warming you will make to go away if you try to intervene. And he has worked out that if you shut down the whole United States from this year, then by 2050, in about 40 years' time, the world would be 0.08 Celsius degrees cooler. That is a 1/12 of a Celsius degree, a 1/6 of a Fahrenheit degree cooler than it is today. And if you kept on not having a United States for 100 years until 2100, then the world would be 1/3 of a Fahrenheit degree.
But then the final key, as you know, General Electric and others, they are exempt from having their coal power plant shut down. So it's a purely cold-blooded mafia operation to shut down their competition, and then they can have artificial scarcity and make you buy from them for 3 or 4 times what it previously was.
That's exactly it. And of course, all these huge subsidies paid to windmills and solar panels, all of that is designed to transfer wealth from taxpayers via these companies into the pockets of the Democrat Party over there. The Scott Nats here are doing it, so are the Labour Party. And what is happening is that those who are paying through their higher electricity prices and higher taxes to subsidize these useless windmills, the companies that run the windmills are making so much money in subsidy that they are then making donations to the left-wing parties that are pushing all
It's a money laundering operation.
It's a money laundering, so by which taxpayers' money ends up in the pockets of the political parties that are backing the environmental movement. That's what this is really all about. It's a money and power grab by left-wing political parties in the speech.
Because they cannot produce. I've never met anyone who is a leftist operative that knows how to tie their shoelaces. They have horrible children. They can never have a business. They are mentally defective midgets who want to run our lives.
That is exactly the problem we now face. These are people who, they are intellectual pygmies. They've never run so much as a bath for themselves in their lives. The second footman does that for them. These are useless people. They're useless appendages on society who have managed to get themselves into positions of power, and they are intent, and let's get this clear, intent upon shutting down the West, if they can, without a shot being fired, by fooling the political and bureaucratic class into thinking that we have a problem that we don't have, and which, even if we had this problem, Alex, of global warming, it would still be at least 10 times cheaper to do nothing about it today and to pay to adapt to any global warming and its consequences.
But again, it's about them casting themselves as saviors of the world, and then they can decide who can have a business, who can live 220 square foot homes where they charge you giant property taxes on them. Incredible. Lord Monckton, thank you for all the time, and we'll talk to you hopefully when you're at the next UN conference.
Absolutely. Well, I'll be there in just a few days' time. I'm going to Lithuania first to speak to the Free Market Institute there about the future of Europe. From there, straight to Qatar. So in a few days' time, get in touch. We'll do another interview straight from the horse's mouth, as always. So God bless you, Alex, and God bless America.
Thank you, guys. Set it up now, then, since we've got him online. Thank you. There goes Lord Monckton. I'm going to skip this network break because this information is too important. We're going to get him on next week from the latest UN conference, and I've got New American Magazine posted at prisonplanet.com. Alex Newman, another excellent article, and it's got links to the UN announcement. They want global carbon taxes now, and Obama is announcing that he's going to have all these speeches saying we can get the welfare paid and have the bailouts if we have a carbon tax and a VAT. And they will shut our economy down. That is their goal. These people are not idiots. They are criminals. And they want to run your life. They relish it. A powerful person doesn't want to run your life, would be embarrassed. Powerful people just want to go be alone. Powerful people are reclusive. Really powerful people are artists and just want to be left alone. Scum want to sit around like a bunch of peacocks and run our lives. And I'm sick of them. And I want the scum out of my life, and I know you want them out of your life. Now, I aired part of this right at the first of the show, but I want to air this now because this is a very special report that we're premiering here on the radio. If you're a prisonplanet.tv viewer, we're going to archive it there as well. But I break down Zbigniew Brzezinski panicking that humanity is awakening. That's why they're trying to rush the authoritarian takeover now, because they know their window's closing. But that doesn't mean we're going to win this thing if you don't get angry and get motivated. You have got to understand, folks, that it's not work to fight tyranny. It is an absolute directive. We didn't ask for this fight. We're not looking for it. But we are not going to sit here while a bunch of cross-eyed New World Order trash runs our lives. It's time to call them out. It's time to stop being cowed by them. It's time to stop having this Western hospitality where we're all supposed to be gentlemanly and bend over to these people. It's over. It's over. It's over. Say it's over. Own it. I don't believe in magic stuff like The Secret and all that, and you say something and it makes it happen. If you say something and it's feasible and you work towards it, a lot of times what you originally wanted won't happen. Something even better will happen. Okay? It's very simple. And you have got to envision the New World Order in ashes. You've got to envision an enlightened, empowered society moving towards Thomas Jefferson's dreams of true equality and true freedom through free association, not the authoritarianism. I have studied the so-called left. The right is just another version of them to move you towards the control. The left-right paradigm is false in that it's controlled, but there are real agendas within the left, within the right. And the so-called left are authoritarian demons who fancy themselves social engineers, anthropologists, sociologists, psychologists who think you're a dumb animal and who think they're programming you. These are grasping nothings. These are people not meant to be in charge. They are not meant to clean toilets. They are sophistic, fake intellectual garbage who hates beauty and who hates strength and who hates wealth. They don't care about having the wealth for themselves. They want to destroy you. Misery loves company. These people hate themselves, and they're not strong enough to realize it and better themselves. They want to kill humanity because they want to kill themselves. And now I'm telling them their deepest dreams. Yes, you want to kill yourself. You hate yourself because you are the trash of the earth. And I see you, and I know who you are, and we are going to get you. You understand that? You started this. You started this with humanity and our species, and now the switches are being thrown in human survival mechanisms that you've tried to turn off. You just flipped them the other direction. And you can feel at a spiritual level our hands wrapping around your little throats. You think you're going to hang us on your little Your little petard? You think you're going to hang us in your noose? You're going to fall in your own hole. You're going to find our necks don't break so easily. All right. Let's go ahead and go to this breakdown. Here's Zbigniew Brzezinski panicking. Stay with us. Alex Jones here with some incredibly positive news. Zbigniew Brzezinski, who is a top globalist advisor to David Rockefeller as well as the House of Rothschild, recently gave a speech in Poland where he told the global elite that the entire world population is waking up to the external New World Order. And he went on to even say that political awakening and nationalism and resistance is threatening their takeover of society. The full speech is posted in an article at Infowars.com by Paul Watson. Brzezinski, populist resistance is derailing the New World Order. Quote, rise in political activism, a threat to external control. During a recent speech in Poland, former U.S. National Security Advisor Zbigniew Brzezinski warned fellow elitists that worldwide resistance, that's a quote, movement, to external control driven by populist activism is threatening to derail the move towards a new world order. Now, before we show the clip, remember Hillary Clinton said the same thing a few years ago, that they're losing the info war.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war. I'll be very blunt in my assessment.
No, the U.S. isn't losing the info war. The foreign mega banks that brag that they've hijacked our federal government, they're beginning to lose the info war. Worldwide, the free peoples of this planet are discovering the private, corporate, fascistic world government that poses as a liberal socialism, and they are waking up to it and resisting it. Here is a short excerpt from Brzezinski's speech.
In recent decades, worldwide social change has experienced unprecedented historical acceleration, particularly because instant mass communications, such as radio, television, and the internet, cumulatively have been stimulating a universal awakening of mass political consciousness. Persistent and highly motivated populist resistance of politically awakened and historically resentful peoples to external control has proven to be increasingly difficult to suppress.
2 years previous, he made similar comments to the Council on Foreign Relations of Canada.
That for the first time in all of human history, mankind is politically awakened. That's a total new reality. And no matter where you go, politics is a matter of social engagement, and most people know what is generally going on in the world, and are consciously aware of global iniquities, inequalities, lack of respect, exploitation.
Brzezinski's new book that came out earlier this year gets into more detail where he hits the panic button to the elite controllers and tells them they had better wake up and understand humanity is awake and staring. So this is some more positive news. Now, normally I don't just believe something Brzezinski's saying in a speech, but I, from my own research, know that what he's saying is accurate, and many globalist white papers that are not meant for public reading but are available are raising the same alarm. They know that humanity is waking up to their anti-human, anti-family, eugenicist agenda. So to all the info warriors out there, not just in the United States but worldwide, we are gaining ground. All of the globalist activities to suppress us, all of their acceleration of the police state is a sign of their weakness. That's right. Free humanity is awakening. That's right. So and if you're listening to this transmission, you are the resistance.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
Sick of the globalist eugenicist control freaks adding poison to your water and laughing as you get sick and die? Start purifying your water with ProPure. My friends, I've done a lot of research, and the best gravity filter out there, bar none, is ProPure. And it's available discounted at Infowars.com. Its filters are silver impregnated to prevent bacterial growth. There's no priming required. It's NSF 42 certified. Optional fluoride filters can reduce fluoride up to 95%. Easy to set up and use. Doesn't require require electricity. Purify water from lakes, streams, ponds, and wells. This filter system leaves in beneficial minerals, which is key. Save money by not buying bottled water and avoid BPA that leaches from the plastic. ProPure is the best gravity-fed filter